Hi students. So in the previous session we have discussed about in the chapter Introduction to Graphs. We have just recollected the previous knowledge about histogram, bar graph as well as pie chart. Answering questions by looking at the graph, by given information, by understanding and reading the given information, we have answered some of the questions in the graphs. So in today's session we are going to discuss about identification or the position of a point, how to identify the position of the point. Suppose if you invite to your friend, if you invite your friends to your birthday party, then just simply if you make a call, today is my birthday, can just come down to my house, can they come? No. Then what else is required? Yes, you have to give the location. How do you know? Everybody has smartphones, so immediately we can share the location and they can come up. But if without smartphone, then you have to give some road map or some tips where he has to get down and where he has to take the right turn or left turn, and which street and what is the house number. These all the some identification would be given. And suppose a new teacher come to your class, then she just wanted to point out somebody, then what is the way she will ask he or she? Yes, she has to, either if she doesn't know the names, she doesn't know the roll numbers, she know might be roll number 1 because numbers will be there, but how to point out exactly that particular person is, you are right, by identifying, by showing that, by naming it third bench or second bench, right side or left side. Similarly the postman, when you get any letter or any other courier, these are the things. So the postman will have the correct idea how to reach, how to deliver this particular post, that is letters or any parcels to that particular house. So they'll have that the locations, like we have to take where is the house is located, where is this house is situated, in which colony, in that colony, then which street, in that street whether it is right side or left side, or and again where it is 5th house or 4th house, like this. So there are positions are required, the location is required to identify such things. So today we are going to discuss about these positions, identifying them. So this we call it as, in our mathematics language, that is coordinates, like coordinates. So coordinate system, like whenever first bench, second bench, third bench, then second row, third row, like this, even we can locate by using mathematical statements, we can locate some points. So that is about introduction. In the graphs, the plotting the points, we call it as plotting the points with the help of like horizontal line and vertical line. What are those? These all things we are going to discuss now. Look at this. Teacher is standing near the board and she located a point A on the board. Now look, location of a point. The teacher put a dot on the blackboard. She asked the students how they would describe its location. There were several responses like, the dot is in the upper half of the board. The second person is saying, the dot is near to the left edge of the board. Similarly, the third one you see, the dot is very close to the left upper corner of the board. Here 3 responses we can observe when the teacher asks a question. Now here you can see a picture. Teacher table is here and the student table is somewhere, that is 4 meters and 2 meters away. So we can describe that. So that is fix the walls as a 4 meters from the right hand wall and 2 meters from the front wall. We can say that the desk has an order pair like 4 comma 2 means which is horizontal line and which is vertical line. So this we call it as coordinate system. Let us observe this. Here coordinate axis. This is example of classroom suggest a way by fixing positions of a point in a plane using two number lines. It is done by the selecting axis of reference which are formed by combining the number scales at right angles to each other so that their 0 point coincide. The 0 points coincide. The horizontal number line is called the x-axis and the vertical number line is called y-axis. The points whose the two scales across each other is called the origin and it is denoted by the O. It is denoted by O. So the two scales together are called coordinate axis or rectangular axis. So called because they are at right angles at each other. The place containing the coordinate axis is called coordinate plane and or coordinate Cartesian plane or coordinate system. Coordinate plane. You can see this. Here you have that y-axis, x-axis and number line. The two axes where they are meeting, this is horizontal line x-axis, vertical line is y-axis. Where they both are meeting, that is origin. The coordinates. The position of each point of the plane is determined by the reference to the coordinates axis by means of a pair of numbers called coordinates, which are the distances of the point from the axis. Let P be any point in the plane. From point P, draw PA perpendicular to x-axis, PB perpendicular to y-axis. The distance PB is equals to OA of the point P from the y-axis is x coordinate. X coordinate other name is called abscissa and PA is equals to OB of the distance from y-axis from the x-axis, that is y coordinate, which is called y coordinate or ordinate. So x and y coordinates have their other names. Those are x coordinate is called abscissa, y coordinate is called ordinate. Here you can see. So P is a point where it is located x comma y from origin point at x units and from the origin point on y axis at y units. So here convention of sign. Along x axis, for the distance along x axis, positive values are measured to the right of the origin and negative values of its left. Along y axis, for a distance along y axis, positive values are measured upward and negative values are from the downward from the origin. You can see here in the picture clear. See in the picture, the horizontal line is called x-axis, the vertical line is called y-axis. From the origin right side positive values and from the origin left side on x-axis negative values. From the origin above the y-axis upward direction positive, from the origin below the y-axis, that is downward, negative values. You can observe. So here quadrants. A Cartesian is divided, the plane is divided by 4 quadrants by x and y axis. Horizontal line is called x-axis and the vertical line is called y-axis. Where the two axes are meeting, that is origin point. Origin is denoted by O. You see here clearly first quadrant. So x-axis right side positive, y-axis above positive. So in the first quadrant both x and y coordinates will be plus. In the second quadrant x-axis is negative, y-axis is positive. So minus and plus. Coordinates will be minus x and plus y. In third quadrant both x and y coordinates both are negative. So minus minus. In fourth quadrant x is positive and y is negative, so plus comma minus. Like this the coordinates we can locate. coordinates of origin are 0 comma 0. 0 comma 0. Let us see now. So this is horizontal line which is x-axis, and this is y-axis. As we just now discussed, right side on x-axis from the origin positive, left negative. From the origin above or towards upward direction on y-axis positive and below that is negative. So coordinates of origin. Coordinates of origin 0 comma 0. And a point on x-axis, then its y coordinate is 0. A point on x-axis, you see 0 comma 2, then it's a point on x-axis, that is 2 comma 0. 2 comma 0, where do we locate? First one is x coordinate, second one is y coordinate. So x coordinate, y coordinate is also here 0. So this is the point. So P 2 comma 0 means here P, this is 2 comma 0. A point on x axis, then y coordinate is 0. Similarly, a point on y axis, then its x coordinate is 0. Its x coordinate is 0. Observe it. That point. Now I am taking Q as 0 comma minus 3. So 0 comma minus 3. First x coordinate is 0 and minus 3 is here. So this is the point Q minus 0 comma minus 3. Where you get? Now a point like origin is 0 comma 0, point on x-axis, point on y-axis, we discussed, right? Now observe it, how to locate the points. Locate 2 comma 3, A 2 comma 3, B minus 3 comma 4. Observe it, minus 3 comma 4, C minus 1 comma minus 5, D 2 comma minus 3. Observe it. Look at about here. You have to locate the points 2 comma 3 on. So 2 is on x-axis. While locating numbers on the number line that is in the graph, we need to see that equal space must be there between the two successive points. Equal space should be there, even on x-axis or y-axis. So here 2 comma 3. Observe it. 2 is here and 3 on y-axis. So this is, you don't need to draw like this, but in the graph sheet you can get same like exact on the line. You see that from 2 draw the perpendicular, from 3 draw the perpendicular like this. Now here you see 2 comma 3. This is A 2 comma 3. Next locate B minus 3 comma 4. Minus 3 is here and 4 is here. So here you will be getting, this is minus 3 and this is 4. So this is the point of minus 3 comma 4. Next minus 1 comma minus 5. Minus 1 on x-axis and minus 5. So this is minus 1 and minus 5. So this is C minus 1 comma minus 5. And D, this is the point B which we located. D 2 comma minus 3. 2 is here, then minus 3 is here. So this is D 2 comma minus 3. Like this we locate the points. And we need to locate the points. Sometimes they'll ask, after locating the points you need to identify the hidden figure, or you just join those points whether are they lying in the same line or not. I hope you understood how to locate the points. So a point on x-axis, then its y coordinate is 0. A point on coordinate is 0. When is the line parallel to x? When is the line parallel to x? See, if you locate 1, 4, 2, 4, 3, 4, if the point is y coordinate is same, then the line may be parallel to x axis. That is, one more point. If y is equals to k, then line is parallel to x axis. Through the point. If x is equals to k, then line is parallel to y axis through the point. I hope it is clear to you. Let us see some points how to plot in the graph. So on x-axis and y-axis, the values have been taken 0, 1, 2, 3 horizon point, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and here also. See the point they located 0, 2. On x-axis 0, y-axis is 2. On x-axis 0, 0, 3.5, 0, 5, 0, 6. So they all are, if you join, you are getting a straight line which is parallel to, on the same y-axis you are getting. So this is called a linear graph. Let us see one more. Here point A 1, 1, B 1, 2, C 1, 3, D 1, 4. So these all the points are lying on the same graph. So this is also called linear graph. See here K 1, 2, 1, 3, L 2, 3, M 3, 3, N 4, 3. So here y coordinate, y is constant here. So this line is joined, it is parallel to x axis and it is also said as linear graph. Now here you can see x, w, x, y, z. So w 2, 6, x 3, 5, y 5, 3, 6, z 6, 2. So if you join, these are also on the same line. So this is a linear graph. Linear graph. A line graph consists of bits of line segments joined consecutively. Sometimes the graph may be a whole unbroken line. Such graph is called linear graph. If graph is not broken, if it is a straight line, then we call it as linear graph. Linear graph. To draw such linear line graph, we need to locate the points on the graph sheet. So now from exercise 15.2, you can see first question you need to plot the points in the same graph, and second question plot the points and join them. Where they meet on x and y axis you have to check. And third question you need to identify the coordinates. You need to identify the coordinates of that. Look at the figure. We have O, A, B, C and P, Q, R, S and K, L, M. These are the figures. Coordinates of O, that is horizon 0, 0. Coordinates of A, it is on x-axis, so 2, 0. Coordinates of B, see there where it is meeting, 2 and 3, so 2, 3. Coordinates of C, 0, 3. Similarly P, Q, R, S. P is 4, 3. Q 6, 1. R 6, 5. S 4, 7. Similarly K, L, M. K is 10, 5. L 7, 7. M 10, 8. So like this we can identify the points from the graph. Look at the question 15.3. First question we have to draw the graph and we need to check out whether it's a line graph, linear graph or not. So number of apples and cost in rupees is given. We need to locate these points by choosing the appropriate scale. Appropriate scale in the sense, so as now it is not required negative values, it is required only positive values because both are positive. So this is x-axis and y-axis. Here is y-axis. So where the two axes meet, there is origin point in the graph sheet. You have to locate. So this is one. Like you will be having a small lines like this in the graph. So these are the small lines. Each one will represent like 1 centimeter, which are small divisions are also there in your graph sheet. That is now. So like this your graph sheet will be there. On x-axis and y-axis the appropriate scale, which is a suitable scale, we have to select and we need to plot the points in the graph. So if this is the graph sheet, now you observe it in the graph sheet, that is origin point, we are taking number of apples, and here on y-axis we take cost in rupees, or else you can write cost in rupees in this way. This is cost in rupees. Here on x-axis we take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are the number of apples. And cost in rupees, appropriate scale. So 1 unit, if you take 1 rupee, then it takes a bigger one. So take the lesser values. Select the scale which is very proper. See, the scale must be chosen. On x-axis I took 1 unit is 1 centimeter is equals to. So scale on x-axis 1 centimeter is equals to 1 unit of, that is 1 apple. 1 apple we took. On y-axis 1 centimeter is equals to rupees 5 we will be taking. So 5, then equal distance 10, 15, 20, 25. Observe it now. 1 apple costs 5 rupees. So 1 comma 5, another coordinates. 1 comma 5. This is 1 comma 5. 2 comma 10. 2 apples and rupees 10. So 2 and 10. 2 and 10. 3 apples 15 rupees. So 3 apples and 15 rupees. 4 apples and 20 rupees. So 4 apples, 20 rupees. Then 5 apples, 25, 5 and 25. So this is 1 comma 5. This is 2 comma 10. This point. 3 comma 15. 4 comma 20. 5 comma 25. These are the points we got. Now join these points with the scale. Place the scale and join. So there you get an unbroken line, which is unbroken line. You get unbroken line like this. This is called linear graph. Is it clear to you? So like this we have to plot the points and we need to identify this, whether it is linear or line graph. If it is broken path, then we call it as, it is not a linear graph. If it is unbroken path, like not broken anyway, then we call it as linear graph. Is it clear? So I hope you understood what we have discussed in today's session, that is about Cartesian plane, horizontal line which is called x-axis, vertical line which is called y-axis, where the two axes mean that is horizon point, coordinates of horizon 0, 0, and the other name of x coordinate is abscissa, other name of y coordinate is ordinate. So whenever we locate the ordinates x, y, so first we write x, then we write y. This is required to identify the position, location, where it is exactly, and plotting the points in the graph sheet by making equal distances, equal gaps on x and y axis, and finding out whether it is the given coordinates, plotting the points as well as finding out the figures. Similarly, if they give coordinates, we can identify if they give figures like a diagram in the graph sheet, we can identify its coordinates as well as, and plotting the points, identifying whether it is a linear graph or not. I hope you understood. Let us meet again in the next session. Leftover questions in this complete as homework. Thank you.